We left as soon as we were ready in the morning for a day sail to the next anchorage at Plane Cay. When we were about half an hour further, we spotted something bright orange in the water. We checked it out with the binoculars and it seemed to be an orange lifebuoy. We furled in our jib and headed over to the buoy to see if anyone was in danger. We couldn't spot anyone in the surroundings, so we decided to pick up the buoy out of the water. This would be a good man overboard exercise for us. But then it went very wrong.
We did the man overboard drill and now the rudder is blocked on the other side because I was putting the boat in reverse. So that's not good, man. That's really not good. I need a hammer.
Need a hammer. Sven tried to get the rudder loose so it would flip back in the right position. Meanwhile, we had no steering and we were headed towards the reef, so we had to act fast. We got the interconnection between the two rudders loose, but the rudder was still stuck under the hull. Steering with the sails didn't work because the rudder was blocked in the wrong direction. So we lowered the mainsail and we tried to motor back to the anchorage where we left in the morning. We could only steer hard to starboard but barely to port side, so we weren't sure if we would make the cut back into the anchorage. Also, the rudder position indicator was completely off, so we marked the middle of the helm. That way at least we knew the position of the starboard rudder. What eventually happened is that once we turned back, we had to sail upwind and we were slamming into the waves while firmly holding onto the helm and trying to steer the boat as good as possible. We used both engines full to make sure there was some water pressure on that blocked rudder. All of a sudden we had a big wave and the steering felt normal again. Sven went to check the engine bay and saw that the rudder was loose. It had unblocked itself and was spinning freely. We reconnected the interconnection bar and trimmed it so that both rudders were back in place and aligned.
Due to this Carnival Horizon live device, we broke a rudder and repaired it again, but definitely have to talk with Lagoon about it. So the man overboard basics. So this is the wind and the wave direction. This is the wind. For example, if you spot a man overboard, you turn your boat upwind, like that, and you let the boat slowly drift to the man overboard. Heave to. So we got the back view, we got our two hulls, our two rudders, and we got our interconnection for two rudders. More top view, we got our rudders, our interconnection, and this side there is block installed from lagoon to prevent the rudder from flipping, so the rudder can move left and right until this position or this position. The other side will do the same. On the side view we have the hull, we have the rudder, we have the connection. And here you can see clearly that if the rudder wants to flip around, it will hit the hull. It's not possible. It is, but it will block the rudder. So we got position 1, normal. This is the rudder. This is the rudder. And the other connection is normal. It can go left and it can go right. In the position 2, we got one rudder. So let me try to draw it here. The water pressure on the rudder pushes this rudder this way, but this can't because it's blocked. So the interconnection is like this. So in the position 3, we got the rudder this way, our interconnection here, and that rudder this way because it's blocked, and we got our interconnection forced like this. It pushes in this direction, and there's a lot of force on the rod, and this is stuck. If you go back to this drawing, this is here where it's stuck. It goes into this hull, so it's blocked in the hull like that. You can't get it free. This is the rudder, and this is the interconnection. So what I did was, I smashed this off the ball, and then this rudder spins freely.
Everything seemed to work normally at that point, so we turned back towards Plane Cay as planned. It was a very stressful situation, but we all managed to stay calm, and with some great teamwork we solved the default. We were very relieved that everything turned out well. After all the commotion in the morning, we were very happy to arrive in Plane Cay and drop our anchor. Unfortunately, we had to face a new problem. Our anchor wouldn't drop. While I steered the boat in between the numerous coral heads, Sven went to check all the fuses and the electrical circuit to isolate the problem. He couldn't find anything at the moment, so because it was getting dark and we couldn't keep circling in between the coral heads, we decided to drop our spare anchor attached to a line until we had found the part that we needed to manually lower our main anchor.
The anchor's not working anymore. I checked all the fuses, the power fuses, the breakers, the big ones, the small ones, but it does not work. So we're going to lower the anchor with this. With this clutch, if you lose it, the anchor drops. You can lower the speed, you can do the speed of the anchor to drop.
Our arrival in the Bahamas didn't go very smooth, but it would only get better now in this tropical paradise. The next morning we enjoyed the amazing surroundings and Sven managed to find the problem with the anchor. There was a tiny fuse in the engine bay that we had overlooked.
So I think I found the problem from the anchor. It's not working because of this 3 amp fuse that was inside. It's burned. It's just a car fuse, but I don't have one. But I got these round fuses on board. So what I did now is just soldered a round fuse on top of this car fuse. It's the same 3 amp fuse. So it should work. Let's try. So I'm going to put it back and see if it takes or flips. It does nothing. If it does nothing, oh, it's okay, I suppose. Oh, and it's all fit. Up. It's inside now. This is all on. Let's see if the anchor locker is working or not. And it comes on, my friends. It is on. Woo-hoo! Check it out. In front. And it's working.
Once Sven had fixed the problem with the fuse, we were ready to lift our anchor and leave for the next quay. We were on our way to Edward Harbour on Egglands Island, a 22 nautical mile trip that took us 3 hours. Join us again next week for some fun in the Bahamas. If you are enjoying our videos, you can show your appreciation by buying us a drink through the link in the description. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like our video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so.